Hi and welcome to Kerry's Cards. I'm going to show you today how to make this lovely little gift box that we've got here. It's using some designer series paper, and it actually uses one piece of 6 inches by 12 inches that you cut in half, and then one piece of A4 card. So I will show you how to make this lovely little gift box that's just the beautiful size, perfect to fit. I think the end size is 6 inches by 3 inches in terms of the base, so it's a good size box there or bag, and you can put it into little handles if you wanted. Here I've just put the two together, but you'll see what I mean towards the end. So let's get crafting. Pop that there so you can see. So all we need here is a pair of scissors, our piece of designer series paper, and our piece of A4 card. So the first thing we're going to do is take our A4 piece of card, and it needs to be 11 inches by 8 inches. So let's open up the trimmer. Let's get to 8 inches on this side, and then we'll swing it round and get to 11 inches on the long side. Then we go to, on the long side, we're going to score it at 2.5 inches. So make sure we've got the scorer in place. And then we're going to move it along, and we're going to score again at 8.5 inches. We're going to turn it around 90 degrees, and we're going to score again at 2.5 inches. And this time, next time, 5.5 inches. So what that leaves us with there is a bit of a grid. So this is our 3 inches here, and this is our 6 inches there. And then we're going to make a normal, while we get the trimmer out, let's take our designer series paper, and we're just going to cut this into 2 pieces of 6 by 6. So if you've already got 6 by 6 inch paper, then that will work perfectly. So I'm just going to make sure, because I was in this way, I've got my pattern that way. If I was to do that side, it wouldn't really matter which way I cut the paper, but we want to make sure that our image is up the right way. So in this time, we're going to cut here. So we have 2 pieces, and then what we're going to do is, to make the top bit we've got here, we're just going to fold over the top 1 inch of our card to use the other designer series paper to use the opposite side. So if we turn it around again, make sure we know which bit's going to be the top, so our birds are the right way up. I always use this side of the trimmer for my 1 inch marker, because you've got all this bit up here to bulk push the piece of paper up to, so it's nice and straight. Now, because it's paper, we don't need to press quite as hard as we did when it was the card, and then we're just going to fold that one over. And let's do exactly the same with this piece, and fold it over. Okay, let's just pop our trimmer away because we're finished with that now. Now we're going to get a little piece of glue. Trying to find my glue. Oh, let's use this steel and tape instead. Here's on my desk. So just use some steel sticky tape. This is the Stampin' Up seal. Get it to go. Just to make it hold down in place. Do the same on that one. And that's our 2 side pieces for the box. So let's get to our box, or our base of our box. It's a nice sturdy base. Sometimes it can be a bit soft, but this is a nice sturdy one. So we do our standard box. We cut down on both score lines down to the first score, turn it round 180 degrees, and cut down again to the next one. And then what I like to do is just make sure with your bone folder, let's get my bone folder, that our edges are all nice and sharp and burnished. Want 2 more. And then what will happen is we'll fold these 2 sides in here and glue the nice one in the middle, like so. So so we can pop some glue on here. I'm just going to fold them in on themselves. Put that around so it makes it nice and tight. And do the same on that one. And that one. So that's our little base of our box. Now, if you grab your fingers either side and keep your pinky, pointy fingers in the middle, what you can do is start to bend it in a little bit. Actually, looking at that, you could probably do with a little bit more glue than what I've put on, but for demonstration purposes, let's pretend I've put more glue on. So you squeeze it together. No, I can't do that, we need some more glue. There we are. Doesn't need much. Yeah, that one's a bit better. Now, what we'll do from here is we're going to adhere our piece of designer series paper to the box there and there. So what you can do is, again, we can use the tape, or you can use glue, wet glue. For speed, I'm using the tape. You might want to use the wet glue, and then line it up. My best way of doing it is pop the box down on the table, put the card on, or the designer series paper on the table, and then line it up so it's nice and level on the bottom, using the flat of the table and then your palm, and that then holds it in place. And let's do the same again here. There we go. So if I just show you this way here, but without it using the table, just make sure that you line the DSP with the bottom of the box. There we are. So that is the box with the tape on. Use your hand to hold it in place. And then you've got your lovely little gift bag box. Now you could, in this example, I've put 2 holes in here. Now I like to make sure mine are symmetrical, so I often use a ruler. And I know that that's 6 inches, so I'm going to use a pencil mark. And I want to do 1.5 inch there, and then 4.5 inch there. And then I take my hole punch. I'm going to use one of these Fiskars hole punches, and I hold the 2 pieces of designer series paper together like that, so that they're symmetrical. And then when I'm happy that they're symmetrical, I'll pop it through, put a hole through there. This makes quite a small one. If you've got a hole punch and you want to use that, then you can instead. And then we'll get some ribbon. What I'll do here is I will make I've already put knots in the ends of these ones, so I'm going to make little handles on this one. Pop it in one hole, round in the other, and then tie a knot. Just like so. So that's one handle, and then we'll do the other side as well. You might want to thread this through, but normally you can grab a little bit of fluffy stuff, the technical term, and pull it through. Tie little knots in the end of each one. And that's what I find is it's a lovely way to use up some designer series paper, and to make it go just that little bit further by using the card. It makes it a more sturdy bag, gift bag box type thing. So those 2 there, pull that out, and there we have a little handbag with our decorate box with our designer series paper on. Now if you wanted to, obviously you could pre-stamp the card to make it even more pretty with some birds or some leaves, and then you can add your own little tag if you wanted to. I've got some little leaves here, so you could finish it off by putting some leaves or some form of tag on top. And then if you wanted to, you could cut out some more of your birds from your designer series paper and put that onto a tag. So lots of different ideas there, and it gives you a really good base for any gifts size that you want to pop in there. Pre-wrap it, and there's your own little handbag come gift box. Thanks for watching. I hope you have fun making them, and obviously you don't have to use this paper, you can use whatever paper you want, but have fun and enjoy happy crafting. Take care, bye.